Whether if you're someone that connected with your ancestors, or you want to connect with your ancestors, or you feel curious about connecting with your ancestors or doing ancestral healing work, this video is going to be really interesting for you, because in this video, I'm going to share with you a session I had with a client and how she was able to connect with her ancestors and ask them what is it that is important for her to work on. And they were telling her exactly what is it. So let me rewind a little bit. One of the huge things that I offer in my one-on-one sessions with clients is a lot of obviously the foundation of my work is ancestral healing, working with the chakras, and the process itself usually involves kind of like a mix of IFS with somatic experiencing, but the base of everything is working with the chakras. And I add my energy weaving, which the energy weaving, what it does, it really helps facilitate the connection between my clients and different things that are coming up in their bodies, or different, disease, or different, illnesses in the body, or also facilitating connection between them and their ancestors or their spirit guides, or, anything like that that is maybe a little harder for us as a society to connect with. So this client actually came to me. She wanted to start working with me because she felt called to connect with her ancestors. Now, I do want to really clarify, the way that I work with clients is not me connecting with their ancestors and telling them what their ancestors are telling them, but it's me facilitating the connection between my client and their ancestor, or whatever it is, the energy that we're talking about. It's interesting because I usually don't start like that. Usually this is something I would do more later down the line, but I'm actually currently testing this idea of starting like that. So I'm testing it. So if you're someone that feel curious about that, if you want to, experience connecting with your ancestors and receiving guidance and messages from them, you can check out the link in the description below, and there's a link to book a free discovery call where we can talk about more details. So she started to connect with her mother in the beginning, and then her mother was in the space where we were. It's of course this, the process involves guided visualization. So she met her mother, she could feel her, but then she kind of left. That was the first thing how she started. You could feel her mother. So then she left, and then we started doing the whole process of because usually people don't get connected right away, but she just she was just there. She could just feel her right away. But then we actually started in the process of grounding and starting the process of the guided visualization. And then she went into basically meeting the ancestor that has something for her, the ancestor that wants to meet with her, that has important information for her. So she got into her grandmother, and her grandmother was there, and there was a bunch of people behind her grandmother that felt like a lot of people from her lineage. And you know in the beginning, she just started to connect with her grandmother, and then I guided her to ask her, why are we here? Why did this animal, in the guided visualization, why did this animal guide us here to this place? And her grandmother put her hand on her heart and said, heal. You have to heal. So the next question was, okay, what is it that is important for me to heal first? And her grandmother said, your throat chakra. And then I asked her, so what do you feel in your throat right now? And then she could feel a big knot. And then we kind of shifted the process into this is a usual process that, that I do with people. This is kind of the normal thing that we usually do. But we just started with the ancestors, to allow them to tell us where to go exactly, and then work with whatever that came up. So she felt a huge knot in her throat that was red circle, because this is the somatic part. We really kind of identify what it is, and then we start to create a relationship and intimacy with it. So it was fear. it was a lot of fear that was stuck here. And then she felt like frustrated and angry toward it. So, of course, we gave it space. The foundation of everything is to give space to whatever is here and create intimacy with different parts. So, like, in order to create deep intimacy, like real deep intimacy with different parts, you have to give space to whatever emotion you have toward those parts first. And then after you feel the emotions, then all of a sudden there's a subtle shift. That's kind of what's happening literally every single session with clients. So she just felt a lot of anger toward it, and she expressed it. And then it took her, she all of a sudden saw an image of her when she was very young, like her inner child. So then this is like the other layer that we went into, and we basically went back into this time and space that she saw with her inner child, and we really connected with that version of herself, and she was really present with her and really being with her in whatever it is that she felt in that moment. She was really there, present with her in the boat, feeling it together. Because most of our traumas from childhood, yes, of course, there's a lot of traumas and like fear and and like a lot of things that we are experiencing, like not feeling safe or other things from childhood, but the main thing for our inner child is to be alone in it is the worst thing than to actually go through the thing. Meaning, like, when your inner child felt fear, it's not, I mean, of course the fear is a big deal. I don't want to like minimize that, but like it's being alone in the fear is what we're working with. Being alone in those emotions is what we're working with. So we're kind of going back into childhood, and we're able to give space to whatever it is that our inner child needed to feel and really be with them in the emotions. Not trying to fix it or change it, and not saying things like, actually, I allow my clients to sometimes try that. Like I'll ask a lot of my clients, it didn't happen in this case, but a lot of my clients, I'll ask them, okay, what do you want to tell your inner child? And a lot of times they'll say like, oh, you deserve to be happy. You're such a sweet girl. This pain is not yours, or whatever it is. And like, I allow it to happen because I think it is important for my clients to actually experience how it feels. What do they see? What's the feedback that they're getting from their inner children when they say stuff like that? And usually there's a lot of fear or distrust, or all of a sudden they're noticing after saying that their inner child doesn't feel safe with them all of a sudden. Why? Because instead of allowing them to just be in whatever it is they need to be, like allowing them to be in the fear, in the pain, in the sadness, and just be with them and allowing it and loving all of them with the fear and with the pain and with whatever, they feel like the inner children feel like they're not allowed to have this pain. So they almost like get frozen a lot of the times, or like they get scared, or like they don't trust you, or they don't feel safe with you. And so this is where I feel like most of the work, most of the healing work, is to go back to those moments and really just be with us in those times that we really needed someone to be with us. We really needed someone to listen to us, to acknowledge us, to see us deeply. And I can tell you 100% of the times after my clients are actually, and also me with myself, everything I talk about, it's things that I went in my own journey. It's not just, it's things that actually, I was the first guinea pig. I was the first one to try it on myself. And then it clicked to me. I was like, oh yeah, this is how it works. Because when I'm here and I'm just like sitting with my inner child and I'm just like really allowing her to be in whatever emotion, and I'm really with her in a boat, and I really see her and I really allow her to have this feeling, the shift happens automatically. That's what creates the space, the healing to occur, to come up. So it's a really important part. And I think a lot of us are doing, like when we do inner child work, a lot of us are doing like reframing memories. Like, oh, you had like a really bad memory from childhood, so we're gonna go back to the memory and reframe the memory. And I think there's power in that. Don't get me wrong. I think it's powerful work. However, not before you were actually with your inner child in the pain, in the fear, in whatever it is they were in it. First, allow them to be in it. Allow them to fully be in it. And then after something shifted, then you can reframe whatever you want. But honestly, a lot of the time you wouldn't even need to reframe after that. I actually made a whole YouTube video about inner child work and just really diving into it. So I'll link it up here and then in the description below. But back to my client. So she went into this beautiful, beautiful inner child work and really was able to be with her inner child and allow her to be seen and heard and loved in it. And it was beautiful because their relationship was pretty good, which a lot of the times when we're testing the relationship in the beginning, and a lot of the times the inner children of people I work with, they hate them or they don't trust them or they don't feel safe with them. So we first have to work on their relationship to get them to a place where they can trust them. And a lot of the times it takes a lot of time, but with her it was right there. And you know, it does kind of show me like, yeah, I mean, this woman has done some work before she came to me. So so after processing kind of like all of that, we went back to the throat and we checked, okay, how does the throat feel right now on a scale from 1 to 10? And the throat was like way less. Like it was still there, definitely. It was still there, but it wasn't there as it was before. So this is how I like to measure like in sessions, like how we move energy. Because when you go back to your inner child and you're present with your inner child in their emotions, in their feeling, whatever it is they have to feel, you actually you actually move a lot of energy just by doing that. Just by being with your inner child, you move a lot of energy. So it's really interesting because I feel like a lot of times people think like moving energy has to look this one specific way. And I'm like, whoa, there's so many ways you can move energy. There's a lot of ways that you can move energy. We came back, it was a little less, but it wasn't completely gone away, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, it's there are layers. So like I usually after like an inner child work like that, like it'll be less, but not completely gone. But I checked with her, with my client, how do you feel toward it now? Do you still feel angry toward it? Or did anything change? And she said, yes, I still feel angry. So to me, in this particular situation, in every situation is very different because the work that I'm doing is very intuitive. So in this particular situation, I feel like it's important for her to express this anger first and then try to connect deeper with this throat and see what else it has for her, because it has information, it has guidance, it holds a lot of wisdom for her to know how to move forward in her life. But she said, I'm still mad at it because I feel like it stopped me from like a lot of things in my life, which I totally understand because I had a very similar process. And I feel like we all have something around that in our throat chakra as a collective. So I gave her a little homework to write a letter to this red ball in her throat, like to really express all of her anger to this red ball in her throat. And I told her, just don't be nice, just put everything on the letter, just like let it out completely let it out. And the reason why I'm doing that, like the reason why I gave her this, I don't call it homework, I call it self-love assignments, because it's not homework, it's self-love assignments. The reason why I gave it to her is because she, like, it is important for her to know that she has all the right to be angry about this part that stopped her. Now, I can tell you from experience, from doing this for many times with clients, whenever there are things like that happen, not just clients, again, with myself too, whenever there are things like that that are coming up, yes, a lot of times we can feel angry, we can feel hatred toward it. A lot of times we can feel like rage, like, how the fuck did you come here? You ruined my life, like literally. And then once we allow ourselves to feel that and to really process that feeling, then we kind of soften. And then there's space for relationship, for intimacy. After I process this anger, I feel like, okay, now I feel like I'm open to actually get to know it. And then when we get to know it, you ask it, where did you come from? And then you maybe get an image from your grandmother or whatever it is. I'm just kind of saying things that are really common in my sessions. And then a lot of the times when we ask them, why are you here? It'll say, I'm here to protect you. I'm here because I have to protect you. Like I've been here all this time to protect you. And then all of a sudden something magical happens after this happens in session. And it's very, 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 very common. A lot of the times, this is what happens when they're finally able to connect with this part of themselves that they think it's horrible and it's like trying to ruin their lives. But then they realize that this part of them is actually trying to protect them, actually trying to keep them safe. Literally, this part, I actually made a whole YouTube video that I did this IFS session, that there was a part of me that I worked with that I was very angry about, that then I realized this part of me literally thinks I was gonna die. Like literally, like that's how it's trying to protect me. So I'm gonna put it up here for you to watch after you finish this video. And by the way, if you like this video so far, please click the like, it would really help me. And then when we go even a little bit deeper into this part and we ask them, what do you want to teach me? What do you want to show me? Whew. Like so many times when I work with clients, it's like the wisdom that these parts that you think that they're ruining your life, the wisdom it has for you, it's absolutely incredible. Like I'm here to teach you to, I'm just going to throw you an example from one of the session that I've had with clients. I'm here to teach you that that you are worthy. I'm here to teach you that like self-love. I'm here to teach you to set healthy boundaries with people. Like this is really important. So it's beautiful. And then it's literally giving them guidance. Like, hey, this is what I'm here to teach you. And this is what you need to do in order to, help me, in order to support me. Because let me tell you, whenever you have a disease, whenever you have illness, whenever you have like shoulder pain, whenever you have like a part of you, like a feeling, it can be an emotional, it can be an energetic, it can be like a mental, it can be physical in the body. Whenever you have like any of those like that are uncomfortable, that they seem like it's like, ugh, why is it here? Let me tell you, it's there for a reason. It's there because it wants you to look at it, because it has information for you, because it has guidance for you, because it's there to help you, guide you back to yourself. It's there to show you that something is out of alignment in your life. It's literally information. Every single tiny thing that you have in your body, physical, emotional, energetic, and mental, every single thing is there for a reason. And if we learn how to, first of all, stop ignoring it, or stop trying to fix it, or cover it, or push it under the rug. First thing you have to do is to turn toward it. After you turn toward it, you're going to start communicating with it. Why are you here? Where did you come from? Why? What do you want to teach me? What do you want to show me? Is there anything I can do to support you? Whatever it is, whatever thing. Now, when you develop that relationship with those different things that are coming up in your life, and you it's literally there to guide you. It's literally there to show you the path to walk on. But instead, most of us in the society, we go and we read another book, or we're going to go and listen to more YouTube videos, or we're going to go to the doctor and we're going to ask the doctor to fix our anxiety. Or we're going to, go to of course, I'm not saying getting help and support is amazing. I do that too. I receive help and support from my guides and from my mentors in my life. So I'm not saying receive support. It's totally fine, but I feel like it is important, who are you receiving support from? And first of all, listen to your own body. Instead of going first to your friends and family and ask them, what do you think I should do in this situation? Or going to the doctor and whatever. Sometimes you have to go to the doctor right away. I'm not here to tell you you're an adult. I hope you're an adult, but you feel into what's important first to do. But what I'm saying is don't miss what I'm trying to say, because what I'm trying to say is that your body has the answers. Whenever you have an issue that's coming up in your life, whether if it's with relationships, with money, with food, with your body, with anything else, it's there to guide you back to yourself. If you're going to turn toward it, look at it, communicate with it, ask it why it's there. And if you're like, Hannah, how the fuck would I do that? I don't know how to do that. Then I want to invite you again, check out the link in the description below and let's book a discovery call. The nice thing about what I do with my clients is that they don't have to depend on me forever. Like, I really like to teach the formula so you can do it on your own. So you can do it at home on your own, because it is possible. It is really possible. However, I feel like a lot of us have got so disconnected from our bodies and we don't even know how to start to communicate with our bodies. We don't even know how to start to communicate with our ancestors. So we just have to kind of have a specific formula and understand, like, and learn to trust ourselves, learn to trust that what we receive, like how to know if it's true or an illusion, or all of these things is things that I teach my clients. And everything I teach is stuff that you could do on your own. I don't like that people have the need to depend on me forever. And a lot of people want to receive support, and I know I go to receive support from my mentors and from my coaches, and I always will, because I feel like we all need like that external perspective. But on top of that, you have the formula. You could do it on your own, and that's what I really teach my clients. So thank you so much for watching this video. Now, please, if you have any comments about that below, if you find it interesting, intriguing, or if you've done any work like that, any similar thing, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So please feel free to share. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.